Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat here. I'm today covering Toonami's ratings for this past Saturday, May 28th, 2022. Let's start at the top of the block. At the top of the block, we have Primal at a 0.14, followed by the Assassination Classroom at a 0.12, Lupin the Third Part 6 at a 0.11, One Piece at a 0.11, followed by another episode of One Piece, this time at a 0.10, Naruto at a 0.08, Shenmue at a 0.08, and Attack on Titan at a 0.07. Overall, this was another solid ratings week for Toonami, with most of the numbers being the same or only changed by 1/100 from last week's ratings. So it's very samey. It's basically the same as last week, which again was a very good, very solid rating, which really makes you think that we might have found the formula of success here for Toonami. And hilariously enough, it has nothing to do with Toonami originals, as for most of the last, almost calendar year at this point, at least most of the last 7, 8, 9 months or so, Toonami's leading spot had been covered by one of its original series, whether that be Senna Pirate Princess, Blade Runner Black Lotus, or by Shenmue. Well, Shenmue's on the block now, but as a rerun at the back of the block, which really makes you think, since those shows really, especially Blade Runner Black Lotus, did absolutely poorly in the ratings, but then you throw in Primal, which is not even a Toonami show, it's an Adult Swim show, throwing reruns of it at the top of the block, and magically we've had the best ratings we've had since Family Guy left Adult Swim. That raises questions of, did they really just waste a crap ton of money on stuff they didn't need, when a very effective solution, what appears to be a very effective solution, was under their noses the entire time. And that was simply find a good bridge show. A bridge show is what I define as the show before Toonami that gets people to keep the TV on during Toonami. And before this, effectively, that bridge show was Rick and Morty. Now, I can make videos just talking about Rick and Morty and why that's kind of a bad idea. Mostly the fact that Rick and Morty, by the design of the show, is an insanely over rerun show. The fact that it only has like, I think 50 or so episodes at this point, and there's like one episode, not new, one rerun every weeknight. It adds up over time where you're running through the show every 8, 9 weeks or so. So you get to see the same episodes over and over and over again, and why that ultimately doesn't get people interested. I don't see the actual ratings usually for that rerun they have on Saturday nights, but I expect that it's a very low number, and wouldn't be surprised if Toonami is actually building on that number even during the weaker weeks for Toonami. But again, you get Primal, which is a show that isn't rerun that much, and it's the fact that it's a show that definitely, I think, has a lot of uh, crossover and appeal with something on Toonami. Like, you can watch Primal, not know it's not a Toonami show, and be excused thinking it was anime or thinking it was a part of Toonami. Well, it is now, but it wasn't originally. I can see you making that, especially because it was made by Genny Tartovsky, who also made Samurai Jack, which famously, or rather infamously, the final season, season 5, aired as a Toonami original 2017, I want to say. I could be off on the year on that. And have it come to more, I'll say more negative than positive reception, mostly due to how fast everything kind of had to end. And yeah, it's just, and here we are. We might have found the solution, and it was very cheap, which is great now considering they don't have to spend much money now. But again, they have new Toonami originals in the works. Like the what's it called? The trailer for Housing Complex C came out, or at least it got reposted online not that long ago, and people are saying how much they like that. And also, you get, again, we're gonna have two more Fully Cooley sequels sometime next year in 2023. That's gonna air, and of course, Uzumaki, which we've heard about for about 2 to 3 years at this point, is gonna hopefully finally air its 4 episode run soon enough. I'm expecting, for numerous obvious reasons, it'll probably be in October. Housing Complex C, I wouldn't be surprised they used to lead into that. So, however long they end up making Housing Complex C, minus that many weeks, is how much I think it will air before Uzumaki, because I think they would want to have it be the show that has the midnight slot before they have Uzumaki on, probably the very start of October. So, if it's like an 8 week thing, early to mid August. I'm just going to say early mid August. I'm going to throw that date out there for when I think Housing Complex C is going to air. And we're a couple weeks away from needing a new slot with Assassination Classroom ending soon. and I wouldn't be the most surprised if Housing Complex C is that show. It still seems like a quick turnaround from announcement to airing if it is Housing Complex C. So I'm going to wedge on something that we might still get in being Yashahime Season 2. It'll be on the block for 20 something weeks. It's Sunrise, so it's not a studio we've been kind of blacked out from getting. And again, Season 1 aired on the block, and Inuyasha was just an Adult Swim action for the staple for the longest time. So there you go. I'm gonna officially predict it'll be Yashahime Season 2 when that happens. When that happens, I'll sure to let you know. Other than that, the take-home message from this week: another solid week of ratings for Toonami. I am Super Orange Cat, and that is all.